Your work colleagues are not your friends. I'll say it again. Your work colleagues are not your friends. And your partner has no business knowing your friend's business. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Adaeze Aduaka, and if you're new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below. And if you are already a subscriber, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Drop your comments, share this video if you learned a lot from it. I'll always be there to respond. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing things that you should not share with the internet or with the general public, things that you should keep private, right? These things are actually really important because silence is actually golden. There are things that the world do not have to know about you. These things have to be kept in confidence, in private, for your own safety, for the future, because you never know. Now we're going to start with sexual conversations. The general public and the internet do not have any business knowing how good or bad your partner is in bed. And this always happens mostly after a divorce or breakup. A lot of people come online to call out, especially my gender. We come out to call out our exes, maybe our ex-husband, our ex-boyfriend, and talk about, how he's a 1-minute man, how he's not very good in bed, how he's useless, how he's a vegetable. Do you know how crazy that makes you look as a woman? Like, you look really crazy, like insane, because what people are going to be saying in their minds is, you knew this, right? And you married him. Because, you guys must have dated before getting married. So you knew, and you still entered, and you were there for years, and you had all these kids with him. So how come you're coming to now tell us now how bad your partner is in bed? See, it is not necessary. I love people who go through, divorces or go through separation, and you don't hear anything from them. Like, they go mute. Maybe the only thing they can come online to say, especially our celebrities, is, oh, respect our privacy at this time. Even that, respect our privacy at this time. I'm like, but you brought it out in public. You guys were posting where you guys were doing love, romance, all of that. Which one is, allow us to keep it private? Why? You brought it out in public. So you see things like that. But I'm really particular about, sexual conversations. Sexual conversations should not happen between you and your friend about how good or bad your partner is, even while you're dating. Your friend should not know things that are happening in the bedroom between you and your partner. Those intimate moments, they do not need to have that information, because you just put a thing in their head, and each time they see your partner, they just begin to imagine things. And this also happens with the male gender as well. They start to imagine things in their head whenever they see your partner. So it's actually not necessary. Why do they need to know that? Please, anything that happens between you and your partner, when you guys are dating, when you guys are married. So if you're struggling with fertility, or your husband is, or your boyfriend or your fiance is struggling, with fertility, all of those things, why should the public know about it? Why? It's not necessary. Sort it out at home. Sort it out with your doctor. That's why you have a doctor, a gynecologist, all of those things. People who check those things. That is the people you should be speaking to, not the internet or the general public. Unless maybe you're trying to use it to teach people something. Maybe you've gone through that phase and now you're, trying to fight it, and these are the things that are going on, and you feel like you want to share. That's fine. But for me, it's not necessary. Do your thing in private, give your testimony in church when it happens. I think just keep your sexual and intimate conversations within you and your partner, and not outside or for the general public. Now, this one is actually really important. Partner sharing, right? Your partner has no business knowing the intimate or private details of your friend, especially your close friend. You owe your friend that loyalty. The same way you owe your partner loyalty is the same way you owe your friend some certain loyalty. So don't use my gist to bond with your boyfriend. Oh, it is not necessary, especially when I've told you these things in confidence. Because, what are you telling your boyfriend for exactly? How is he going to help my life? Like, what is it about? Is there nothing else you guys have to talk about aside my gist? Why using my gist to bond with him? Please, if your friend tells you certain things in confidence, especially things that are supposed to be kept private, your partner has no business knowing. Please, they have no business whatsoever knowing what your friend has shared with you in confidence, because you owe that friend some sort of loyalty. The same way you cannot come and carry your boyfriend's gist, everything that's going on in your boyfriend's family, everything, and carry and give your friend. That's the same way. So please, anything that you and your friends have discussed in private, your partner should not know about it. Because That's how it spreads. You know, I've told you this, oh, keep it a secret. Next thing you've told your partner, next thing your partner is now using your friend as an example to his other friends. Ah, you get one babe where my friend know, you know, start using your gist to teach people lessons, to tell people about experiences of life, you know. That is actually not necessary. So please, anything that your friend tells you in confidence, your partner should not, please keep it to yourself. You know, sometimes women are very vulnerable when they want to share things, and if they can't share with their parents, the next person they share it with is their closest friend or their boyfriend. Let me tell you the things that you should not be telling your partner, because I know some of us like to share gist our partners what is happening in our friend's life. You can tell your partner about your friend's birthday that is upcoming, about a certain food that she can cook, or a certain place you guys are going, you know, things like that. But intimate things like, let's say her family issues, let's say the problems that she's having with her boyfriend, or her boyfriend's inadequacies, or things that she's lacking in life, or things that cause her pain or hurt, things like that. So the only way you should involve your partner or your boyfriend is when you need that your boyfriend's help to help that your friend. And maybe there's no other way you can communicate such issues with your boyfriend than telling him the truth the way it is. That's the only way he should come into the conversation. It's just going to be very heartbreaking that maybe one day, you know, your friend comes to visit you and your boyfriend is around and all of you are having a conversation, and something you told her that should be kept in confidence, your boyfriend just brings it up to the table. It's very embarrassing. It's very, very embarrassing and hurtful. So please keep those things to yourself. It is between you and your friend, and your boyfriend or partner has no business knowing. I've said this and I'm going to say it again and again. Your work colleagues are not your friends. Your work colleagues are not your friends. What? You have friends. Please let them remain your friends. When you come to work, do the work that you were sent to do and go back home. Stop sharing intimate and private details to your work colleagues, because they are not your friends. Trust me, if there's anyone that will snitch on you in this life, it's your work colleague. No matter how loyal, no matter how close you guys think you guys are, when there's trouble in that office, and when that trouble is supposed to take one person's head, trust me, they will save theirs. They will save their own and throw you under the bus, because nobody wants to be sacked, especially if that job is their only source of income and the only thing that brings food to their table. They will throw you under the bus and they will save themselves first. So don't think that your work colleague has your back like that. Yes, they might have your back to a certain extent, but trust me, when there's trouble, when there's fire on the mountain, that person does not have your back. Have you ever wondered sometimes when you come to work and something you told somebody randomly, the next thing everybody in the office knows about it? Everybody in the office knows about it. Keep your mouth shut. You're getting married, keep shut. Anything is happening until that thing materializes, then maybe you can share, if it is even necessary. They should not know what's happening in your relationship or the problems you're having with your other friends. It's not necessary. Because this office work thing, sometimes it could be really short-lived. You can work there maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, tops, 4 years. And then what happens? Trust me, when you leave that office, nobody remembers you anymore. You don't even remember the people you worked with. You guys maybe just chat on social media once in a while, and that will happen like the first week, the second week. Trust me, in a month, nobody will reach out to you anymore, because they are now bonding with a new set of people that they've employed. So you have no business sharing anything concerning you with your work colleagues. They are not your friends. Oh. They don't have your back. They will not cover for you. They will not protect you. And before you know it, your gist is everywhere. And there's nothing as annoying as you being the topic of office gist. Once your office gist, trust me, as they're going home, they're telling their friends as well. So that's how your gist will keep spreading. So please, keep things private and do not share them with your work colleagues. Leave it at that. Come to work, face your work. Tell them, you know, the casual, normal things that you guys can gist about, and go home. In the corporate world, nobody really has your back the way you think, to be honest. Small threat like this from HR, they will open all your matter. They will table it, you know, to the right authorities. And to be honest, you're gone. Like, your whole matter is out. So please, don't get too comfortable. I know sometimes we always have this, you know, colleague best friends, or colleague or work boyfriend or work girlfriend or work husband or wife, you know, we joke about things like that. But to be honest, let work be work. Let your intimate details and all be with your best friend or with your mom or with somebody that you confide in, not your work colleagues. Don't get too comfortable. Discuss office things. Leave your personal details out of it. Leave them alone. face your job, and go home. They are not your friends. Now, another thing that you should not be sharing and that you should keep private, keep your mouth shut, is you and your partner's plans to the public. Like, why are you sharing things that you and your partner share, or things that are yet to happen, especially when they have not matured yet? Things like, expecting a pregnancy, when the pregnancy is still early, maybe you just took in and you're just sharing it that moment. What do they need it for? What do they need it for? Why do they need to know that? Maybe a property that you guys want to buy, you are yet to buy it, but you're sharing it with the public. So many things. Maybe a trip that you and your partner are planning to have. You are giving the public certain expectations of your relationship and marriage. And that way, they're now giving you timelines. It's like, after 9 months, they're expecting a child. And what if that child does not come? I mean, I'm not praying for that, but what if something happens along the way? Then you begin to share and explain to them like you owe them that. Once you start sharing things like this to the public, you feel like you owe them an explanation about what is going on in your life. Maybe when you just put to bed, you can share that. That's done. You've put out the child. The child has come into the world. You can share that. Maybe influencers can share that. Maybe they want to walk you through their journey, all of that. But for me, I feel like it is not necessary, because then you're giving the public so much expectations. You're making them follow through every detail of your life. Now, another thing is, does your partner want you to share that? Because you need approval from your partner to share certain things about the two of you, especially your trip, your health, things like that. Your partner might not be comfortable with you sharing those things in public. Because like I said, it just gives the public certain expectations. They start giving you timeline. These guys are dating. They're no longer posting anymore. What happened? They got married 3 months ago. Now they've deleted all their pictures. All of those things. It just puts this thing in their head. And then when they don't happen, you see them coming on the comment section. And you can't stop them, because they're like, you showed us this thing, so we're expecting it to happen. You told us you're going on a trip. 3 months has gone by. 6 months has gone by. There's no trip. Are you people now broke? People make silly comments on social media. So the public does not need to know. Your parents, your family, your closest friends, they can know that you're on that journey. Maybe when those things have materialized, then you can share them to the public. So things that happen between you and your partner, especially at the early stages, should be between you and your partner. It should be kept private and not for the general public. Generally, my last tip would be, anything that is in the early stages that have not materialized yet, do not share with anyone until it has gotten to a certain level, or until it has matured or gotten to a stage of maturity. For example, pregnancy, things like that. I understand when couples do not want to share, their pregnancy journey till they've given birth, and then you begin to see, them taking pictures with their baby bump, all of those things. Because, what if something happens? What if there are people who don't, mean well for you and go and attack you somewhere or do something to you and your child? Because, to be honest, you need to be careful with the kind of information that you share with people. Your location, very important. Until you have left that place, do not share your location with anybody. There have been experiences and things that have happened that people stay in a certain place, they share their location, and people come there to attack them. Don't share that. Don't share a property that you are yet to get. Until you buy that property, you settled in, you're even living there. That's when you can share. And even when you share it in a subtle way. Don't brag about it, because I don't know, those things kind of trigger people who have not achieved them yet. It gets them so angry and they want to attack you. It's crazy how the world is. So things like that, until they have gotten to that maturity stage, please keep them to yourself. Please do keep them. Even when you're married, sometimes I just feel like I don't even want to share my pre-wedding pictures, but of course you have to. You have to, because you want to share that. It's a happy thing. It's something good that has happened in your life. But please, when things are still in the early stages, maybe you just got engaged or you guys are still planning to get married, don't share it yet. Just wait. Let it mature first. And even if you want to share with your closest friend. That is, if you even trust that person. But for me, I'll not even share till it gets to a certain level, depending on how close you are with the person. Maybe share with your parents. I think they're the safest people that you can share things with nowadays. Any other person is an outsider, to be honest. So please, guys, be careful. And that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot from it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. I'll always be there to respond. I'm still your girl, Adaeze Aduaka. And until the next video, have a lovely time. Bye.